Greetings, welcome to ruralvacantland.com. This is Luke Smith, and this is a new live feed. Doing this one on Monday morning, 9 a.m. It's a minute till 9, but just about 9 a.m. by the time this thing starts. Monday the 27th. So, I see a couple people starting to log in, and I want to say welcome. Thank you for coming to listen to this live talk about land. Land's my passion. I love buying and selling land. I hope to find the right piece of property someday that I can go build my own house on with my kid. My kid's 5 years old, my son. He's got a little room to grow before he can really start helping me a lot in building. But, I think that'd be a great project for the two of us to work on. Maybe it's a weekend home or a summer home or something, or maybe it's a forever home, I'm not sure. But I'm still looking for that right magical piece of property. And so I keep trading properties, and with the idea of trading properties and selling some on terms, selling some for cash, that the money piles up over time to pay for my own property and my own house. And so that's the idea, and that's a lot of the background of buying and selling land. So today I've got a little bit of an itinerary. My chicken scratch style itinerary. I'd like to give away some land towards the end of this video. I'm going to give away some land to whoever can stick around, answer just a basic little question. I want to talk about inventory, like new stuff that's come up on the website, my properties that have been posted, other people's properties that have been posted. I want to call a couple guys that want to talk about properties. If you're interested in talking about your property for sale that you're trying to buy or sell, or one that you're trying to do a deal on, trying to figure out splitting, getting access, title, paperwork, all that kind of stuff, this is a great time to ask questions. People call me all week long and ask questions about that stuff. But I think this would be a great time if you could do it publicly in a live call like this. We can all benefit from it. I'm not saying I'll know the answer, but I might know who does, or I might be able to find out the answer for you. And then I'd like to end the call with giving away some land. So I wanted to start this one off with a project. And in the past, I think it's been pretty popular to give away some land by asking a question and having you guys go do something and putting it in the comments, not in the live feed, but in the comments to the video. So I'm going to give away a piece of land towards the end of this video for somebody answers a question in the comments, like live, and then I'm going to give away another piece of land by looking at the comments on this video for the recorded version next week Monday. So I was thinking about it, and I watch a lot of these homesteading YouTube channels, and I'm not going to name any because then you might take some of those names and use those. But I think there's a bunch of them where people are, husband and wife team building a house, mom and pop with kids, involving the kids in building a house and building their homestead. It's not just the house, it's building out the gardens, building out the everything, right? Making it happen, I mean, little stuff that I've been doing around the property. I just made a new gate, and I just made I'm gonna try to turn this off. I just made like mosaic stair steps into my backyard, just little projects like that, right? Some of the guys make really good YouTube videos about it. I wish I could make videos about that. I'm not very good at it, but someday I aspire to that. But those kinds of channels, which ones do you like? Which ones inspire you to go create stuff? They get you up off the couch, out of your chair, and they're like, I'm gonna go do this. They rev you up, and they're like, rah rah rah, not that they mean to, but that's what they do, right? At least they do that to me about different projects. They inspire me to do projects around the house, fix things up, make my life better, make the place I'm staying in better. And so those YouTube channels, inspiring, like ones that, I think I said it, just get you off the couch, get you out of your chair, stop looking at your phone or your TV or wherever you're watching YouTube, and go do something. Like get the tools, get the supplies, make it happen kind of YouTube channels. Put in the comments, not the live thing right now, but in the comments over the next week, anytime over the next week, before next Monday's 9 a.m. live call, what YouTube channel is inspiring to you and why. And then other people that are watching this video, hopefully you'll read about these other channels that people are looking at, and I hope to watch these other channels. Hopefully I hear about some I've never heard of and get inspired by them. And do a thumbs up. You know, they got the little like thing next to them. So if somebody leaves a comment, give them a thumbs up. And they didn't just put a name in there, but they put a name in there and why it's inspiring. Like, these people are really inspiring because they do it this way, they present it this way, because they're in a location near me, because they're in an environment that I want to be in, because they're doing it without debt, because they're doing it with their kids, because they're doing it without hiring outside contractors, because they're doing it in a way that makes me feel like I can do it. Whatever that reason is, right? That means that the meaning is there to you. Put that in the comment, the name of the channel, the YouTube channel, and what it is that inspires you. And whoever gets the most thumbs up, I mean, it could be your friends and your grandparents and your kids and your neighbors and everybody else that's giving you the thumbs up. I'm not going to know the difference, but you sent them there to do it, right? So maybe they'll get inspired by this stuff too. So whoever can get the most thumbs up on one of those comments, next week, 9 a.m. Monday morning, I'll do the same live call. I'll give away some more land, but I'll look at those comments before the call, and I'll see who's got the most responses. And there's not that many people that watch these things. It might be 5 responses or 10 or 15 or something, thumbs up. It doesn't take much. So really easy way to win a free piece of land. I'll go pay all the fees, do all the paperwork, get the land into your name, give you the option of, you know, I can sell it for you, turn it into cash. I'll try to, I'm not saying I will sell it, I'll try to sell it. And or you can go homestead it, you can build something on it, you could give it to your kids, your grandkids, whatever you want to do with it, right? So there's the homework project for this video. Put it in the comments, not the live feed. I'm seeing some red lights. I hope this is working. Uh-oh. Might be skipping around. Let me try killing some stuff and see if I can get it back on. Okay. So hopefully that's starting to come back. I might have to turn this off and turn it back on and start over, because it's not coming through live. Okay, so A2 saying no problems here. So I'm getting some. Dave's saying still good here. Okay, so let's just run with it. I'm sure it's still recording. It's just, it might be quite delayed. And if it crashes, I'll turn it off and I'll start over. So there's the homework plan. You know, so an inspirational YouTube channel that you know, that you love, that you believe in, you've been watching. Put it in the comments below about homesteading and using vacant land, turning vacant land into something. I mean, just, you know, the homesteading kind of idea. And I think you guys get it. most thumbs up, likes, whatever you call it on YouTube, wins a new piece of property, free piece of property next week. Okay, so next up I wanted to talk about inventory. So let's jump into the website and we'll see if we can get this to work. I'm going to go to for sale. So this is ruralvacantland.com. I'm going to go to the for sale part of the website. And we've got a couple new properties up. So let me see here. I'm going to skip this one because I think we're going to do this. We're going to call, this is Willie's property. We're going to call him in just a bit and see if he can talk about it, or I'll circle back to it. So the next one is Los Angeles County, 5 acres, Los Angeles County, 4,999. Let's see what we got. This is Willie Goldberg. He just posted this property up. 5.15 acres. He's got some pictures here. Let's see what kind of pictures come up. Dirt road to the property. Looks like there's a house at the turnoff. There's a power line out there. Elephant Rock, 1.5 miles away. That thing does look like an elephant, huh? Just some rural places in the area. Oh, Saddleback Butte. That's a beautiful area. I've been over there. Um, Joshua trees in the area. Just looks like a classic 5 acres outside of Lancaster. So it's the backside of Palmdale, Lancaster. It looks like a place you could go, shoot your guns, build a retreat, weekend retreat, build a forever place. Looks like a clean palette. You can go scrape the property and build everything. Go make it all whatever you want it to be. It looks like he's doing terms too. So it looks like he's doing $500 down and $250 a month for 22 months. No doc fee for any of the terms prices I give. It's included. Okay. Otherwise, if you're paying cash, he looks like he's asking for a doc fee. 3,000 foot elevation. It's got an actual address, or well, I guess an address band. It's saying it's flat, vacant land, dirt road access. Drill a well or alternative system for water, and it's going for it. So the maps stopped working this weekend on my website. I'm working on getting that fixed. It says I gotta pay for it, and I didn't. Maybe I gotta just update the payments, but it sounds like I gotta update the whole system along with it. So I'm gonna try to get that right after this call. I know about that maintenance stuff I gotta do. But we can pull it up on the regular maps. I think I paid for 1 volume of clicks on the map, and we got a higher volume of clicks on the map, so that's a good thing, right? It's a good problem to have, I guess. People are really using those maps. So here's the roads, here's the property, here's a couple neighbors. I mean, the neighbors figured out how to go for it. I'm sure you can figure out how to go for it too. That's a nice looking property, not very far from Los Angeles. Comments are going by faster than I can read them. I'll try to catch up in a sec. So the next one here is Castilla County. Castilla County, $7,500. This is Dave Van Stinkins. I can't say his last name. Dave, $77,500 for 5 acres in Castilla County. It looks like there's a bunch of crop rotation circles. Yeah, right next to crops. Looks like there's a road on a couple sides of the property. Looks like he's doing terms, $199 down, $199 a month for 48 months, or $7,500 cash. Looks like you got the mountains right there. So yeah, there's road access next to farmers' fields. Looking up the Sandy Cristo, well, ranches, but Fort Garland's up here. These are really beautiful mountains in the area. So you're gonna be looking north at Blanca Peak. Some more peaks. There's a bunch of mountains to look at on that property, so that looks like a good one. Shasta County, California, 4.84 acres. Chris Riviera, I think I've seen this property. He's asking $12,000 or $5,000 down, 36 monthly payments of $350. So he's got to buy it now. It's probably the cash price. Buy it now is not working. I'll get that fixed. I'm just taking a note. It's got the taxes on there. It's got the zoning. Let's see if we can get the location. I've sold out of Shasta County a couple times. I'm not sure. Kind of think I might have one left for sale up there. a newer one that I'd recently got. I'd have to check and make sure, but this might be the only or one of two Shasta counties right now. It looks like there's a bunch of greenery going on the property. Maybe even a stream. I wonder if water flows through there if it's dry. You might be next to a stream. Looks like there's a trailer or a mobile just the other side of the stream. Looks like there's a little house over here. Yeah, some different houses in the area. Here's a creek. Flows down to the creek, so that's maybe a full-time flowing creek, and maybe this is more of a wash. I don't know where it's coming from. Yeah, it's not a very big water catchment area, huh? Might just be more of a wash every now and then. But Shasta County, how much is he asking? 12,500. That sounds pretty good for near 5 acres. I've been selling 1 acre ones up there. People keep asking for bigger ones. So this one's almost 5 acres. I bet you that gets some attention. Apache County, 12,990 or 2,999 down, and then 397 per month. This is Willie Goldberg again. He's got another nice one up there. It looks like he keeps coming up with new properties. He must be buying pretty fast. Okay, so he's showing where it's at in Apache County. He's got to buy it now for cash or buy it on terms. It's got the location of the property. Let's see if this pops up. See if I can get it not behind my head. Oh wow, there's a bunch of houses in the area. So there's other people are really going for it in this area. So there must be shallow water table or something. I mean, there's power lines. Look at that. There's power lines right there. Bunch of bushes. Might even have street view. This many people around. No, it's not paved. Might have street view over here at the turnoff. Nope. Maybe at the highway. So we can look north kind of across the countryside. Oh yeah, look at that. So some thicker juniper bushes around the area. So you'd get to put your place in bushes like this. You probably wouldn't even see the neighbors. You could see a whole lot of sky without seeing the neighbors. That's what's always nice about those kinds of bushes. They break up seeing the neighbors. So almost 7,000 foot elevation, 6,933. So you're going to get a much more mild summer. It's not going to be as hot as like a Phoenix or lots of parts of Arizona. It's probably a nice place to go in the summer. In the winter, it's going to be a lot more mild than the northwest, midwest, northeast. Kern County, 8,900 bucks or 1,500 down, 297 per month for 29 months. We got a bunch of financing offers up here today. So Willie's got this one up, offering financing or cash. Kern County. Looks like it's right on a road, Reeves Road, North Leroy Street. Near a place called the Chill Spot. China Lake Acres. Oh wow, there's a bunch of houses in this area. Airport over here. There's got to be utilities. This many houses around. Yeah, it's got to be power line right there. So definitely a power line over here. I wonder if we can see street view. Yeah, look at that. There's power lines. This probably even got high-speed internet and stuff zipping around. So there's little roads through the area. It looks like there's some mobile homes. There's probably mobile home friendly neighborhood. There's a double wide. So that just looks like an easy place to go build whatever you want to build. Get some good mountain views. Probably pretty good weather too. Okay, let's see what else we got. Another Apache County. Did we see this one last week? That's cheap. That is a really cheap Apache. Andy Barnhart, $4,995 for 40 acres. I can't even compete with that, Andy. Jeez, man. That's cheap. I think we looked at this one last week. So this is off of 61 Witchwell Acres. I've owned properties over in this area. Guys that have gone to look at them. You gotta close the cattle gate behind you as you drive through. And the cattle are like standing in the road in different areas. Gotta honk your horn or drive around them. And you get out to the property. It's got a lot of these bushes, right? So it breaks up the view, so you're not seeing neighbors around the area. But I mean, it's just a big grid pattern of these little roads all over the place until you get to your property. And then you can drive in there, start camping, boondocking, fifth wheel, RV, build a cabin, go for it. Nobody seems to bother you. You might want to fence the cattle out. You might want to leave them wandering through. This whole area is like that. So you get 40 acres for $4,995. That's a cheap one. Mojave County. Let's see who this is. Is this Jerry? No, Aaron. Aaron's got Mojave going. Okay, so 11 acres for $5,400 or $1,500 down and $200 a month for 36 months. It's got little roads going through this. I remember this one from last week, so I think we're into ones that we looked at last week. And it looks like you could drive up to it. Looks like you get some nice views around the area. He's got directions or distances to areas around there. Yeah. AR is agricultural. I might be wrong, but a lot of these agricultural properties in Mojave County, from my experience, they'll let you live on it in an RV or mobile home. But a lot of the residential ones, they get a little tougher about RVing it. So these agricultural zone ones seem to be a lot more friendly to just go for it. Okay, so I think I'm into last week's properties. Next up I wanted to do was go to make some calls. I got a couple guys that want to talk about land, and Dave was, well, we'll start with Dave. Dave was saying that he's not available to be on the phone right now, but he wanted to talk about this property. So let's pull this one up. I think we might have just looked at this one. Maybe not. Dave Ayers, 5 acres in Castilla County, Colorado. He's asking $2,967, and let's pull it up on the map if we can get the map to work. This map's not working, so it seems to be coming up. See a comment going by. I want that Apache land. I know, right? That's a cheap one. I mean, you could probably even split it up, sell the pieces off. In Apache, you gotta hire a surveyor to go out and map it to be able to split it. The surveyor will deposit the paperwork with the county. You're probably talking $1,500 for the surveyor paperwork and everything. You can split it in. You can split it 5 ways. Pretty simply doing that. So there's 5 acres. Castilla County. Looks like there's roads all over the place. So it's just outside of San Luis or San Luis. There's a bunch of mountains. There's Blanca up here, San de Cristo, whole bunch of mountains. So I think you're gonna have a whole lot of national forest hunting land to go explore, and this would be a good place to set up base camp to go hunt the area, hike the area, explore the area, and see if you like it. See if you want to build a cabin there, forever place, or a vacation place. So that looks like an interesting one that Dave came up with. It's pretty cheap, 5 acres, $2,967 for 5 acres. And then Willie's got, let's see if I can get Willie on the line. He's got a property here. Let me get the phone number rolling. Bear with me a sec, guys. After this, I'm going to give some land away. Try to use different systems so I don't jam up the bandwidth.
This is Willie.
Hello, Willie. It's Luke. Hey, thanks for answering the phone.
Hey, Luke. How you doing?
Good. Yourself?
I'm doing very well, thanks.
So last week we were talking about you quitting your job and jumping full time into land and all these land deals you're doing now. Now I see new ones coming up on the website. A couple new ones this week, and one of them that you're asking about is in Sandoval County. Last week you were saying New Mexico, and now here's some New Mexico. You're living up to what you were saying.
Yeah, living up to the word. So I got this one out in Sandoval.
Sandoval, there you go.
Yeah, Sandoval County out in Placita, New Mexico, right near the Sandia Mountains. I'm getting another one out in Regina in Sandoval County, and then I'm getting, I think it's going to be 5 or 6 in Rio Arriba. They should be coming up. I've got a few of those in escrow. And then I've got 2 in Valencia County coming up as well. And then I should have one in Santa Fe getting in escrow this week. So there should be a bunch out in New Mexico in the next, call it a couple weeks to a month. I should have 8 to 10 properties out in the area. So
okay.
Yeah, I've got several in escrow right now.
So I'm pulling this up on the map, and it looks like it's got some character. There's some power lines in the area. There's some houses in the area. There's some roads running around the area. Looks like there's some bushes, maybe.
Yeah. So this one, it's out in the foothills of the Sandia Mountains. So it's got, it's 9 acres, a little over 9 acres. It has an industrial power line running through a corner of it, so there's probably 8 acres of usable, buildable property there.
Okay.
And so, it's right in Placitas. It's up in the hills. It's almost 6,000 feet elevation, so it's definitely got a little bit warmer in the summertime. And if you go to the Sandia Mountains, I think it gets over 2 miles high, and
wow.
Yeah. So if you look at the comps in this property, I've really priced it to be quite a bit cheaper than the rest. If you pull up Zillow, and if you look into Placitas and just that city, I don't know. There's like 40 properties in the area, and the cheapest one is about $19,000, and that one is 3 acres. If you If you pull the comps at 5 acres and up, it's quite a bit higher. So I think the cheapest one over 5 acres is, I think it's $29,000, and above and beyond that, like the cheapest one that is anywhere close to this size is around 50 to 60,000. So I think I've priced it pretty well. It's 50 miles to Albuquerque. 50 minutes to Albuquerque. It's about 30 miles, and it's also about an hour from Santa Fe. So I think it's good. Pretty decent location. And yeah, there's residential power lines nearby, so you can get those extended. I think there might be a community well in this area. Just researching Placitas, I know a lot of the subdivisions there have community water.
Okay.
So I have to look into that one, but I think it very well might. So yeah, so this was definitely a little bit different than a lot of the property I have out in California, San Bernardino, LA County, and Kern County. Yeah, it has a little bit more character, and again, it's the first one in New Mexico on the website, so
yeah,
it's exciting for that.
The ones I've had around Albuquerque in the past, I mean, they were kind of weird because the ownership or their land grant land. I doubt this is land grant land, but I had a ton of interest on those things. There were lots of people looking at them, looking around the Albuquerque area for land to go build on, and just had lots of people looking and shopping and calling and really interested in those properties until they started to understand the ownership or the weirdness in ownership of the ones that I had. But as I explain it to them, I tried to explain it to them in my ad and videos and stuff. They still scratch their head. But
yeah,
this is probably more straightforward land. The ones I had were like old Mexican grants from, to the people that were squatting on the property, and it was messy ownership, historical ownership.
Oh, really?
And but my point was that there's just a lot of interest in them. I think yours are closer to town than the ones I had. So you probably get some good interest in those.
Yeah, and so I guess thought process of going around this area is, I had Los Angeles is a big city nearby, I guess, Kern County, San Bernardino County, LA County, and that serves to be a good attraction and a reason why a lot of people want to go and live out there and buy property nearby Los Angeles. So my thought was, if I start buying around Albuquerque, hopefully get similar interest in, I think just being in good proximity to Albuquerque is going to be a good feature and going to attract a lot of buyers. So kind of hoping to do build up a good buyers list in that area, like I have out in LA, and continue buying and hopefully get some success over there as well. So
good deal. No, it's fun to watch. So how much are you asking for this one? How much was the terms you had? I'm scratching my head. Here we go. $18,490 for cash. Terms,
yep.
You're asking $4,000 down and $473 per month for 36 months. And yeah. So
yeah.
I think that's great that you're offering terms on a bunch of these properties.
Yeah, I like offering terms. Just gives, I don't know, I feel like I get a lot more buyers, and when I put just the buy on terms button on the site, it seems like a lot of people are attracted to that, and a lot of people just check out, use that. So those are kind of the minimum terms for this one, but I'm willing to be flexible on those. Yeah, if you want less of a monthly payment, I'm happy to cater to what you're looking for. But yeah, that's kind of what I was originally thinking. I think 4,000 down and just under 500 a month, pretty reasonable, and can make this one pretty affordable. So.
No, I think that's great. That's neat. Thank you. Thanks for bringing this one to the table, putting it up on the website, and I'm sure the right buyer for it's out there. We'll see who shows up, see who goes out there, takes a look at it first. Usually whoever looks at it first runs with it, right?
Yep.
That's
definitely.
how it goes.
So, if anyone has any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me. Happy to talk. If you're interested in this one or any of the other counties I mentioned in New Mexico, happy to discuss and show you some of the other properties that I have coming to the market.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Willie. Want to try again next week?
Yeah. Well, Monday might be tough, so maybe next week I'll be off. but the following week
Okay.
I should be good. I don't know if you're still doing it on the holiday. I'll be out of town, so the following Monday I should be available and have some new properties on the market. So
Yeah. What's the? Oh, you're right. Next Monday is the it's holiday, huh? I'll still do it.
yeah,
I'll still just put one in there anyway.
yeah,
Forgot about that.
yeah. I'll be out of town, but the following Monday I should be good.
Yeah.
So hope to talk to you then.
Sounds good. Thanks, Willie. Talk to
All
you
right,
later.
appreciate it, Luke.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I forgot about the holiday. I'll probably just try to keep it regular and do it again anyway. Okay, so who's up next? I got uh, Dave, Mile High Rural Land. He's got a couple properties. Let's see if we can get him on the phone. He's been hard to get on the phone, but we'll try him. Teller County. Look at those trees. Bunch of popple.
Hi, you've reached David's cell phone.
We'll hang up on him. Okay, so he's working a day job. He's thinking about quitting the job and doing just land. He's always thinking about going one way or another. I don't know if I should say that out loud or not. But last week's conversation was about going full-time land dealings versus doing a job and land dealings. I think Dave's still doing the job and land dealings, so he's having fun juggling them all the paperwork and all the conversations and everything. So here's one that Dave bought. This is Teller County, Colorado. Doesn't say Colorado on here. I'm gonna try to get that updated. Taking some notes. This looks like a nicely wooded property. I don't know, Colorado, if you call these aspens. I would call them poplar in Michigan, but I think you call them aspens when you're in Colorado. It's $5,997. What size is this? 0.59 acres. And let's see if we can get. Looks like it's got. He's doing seller financing. Either 299 down. Okay, so the seller financing will cost you $10,000. I think is what he's saying. $299 down, 10% interest, $207 a month for 60 months plus taxes and note service fee of $20. Doc fee $299. So cash $5,997, or pay these fees for financing over time. It looks like water is by the Rainbow Valley Water District, so it sounds like there's water to the property. There's no tap fee after you set up an account with them. Water well is not allowed. POA fee $30 a year, so the community is charging $30 a year. Power is situated on lot across the street. No mobile homes or recreational vehicles shall be occupied or used as residential temporarily or permanently. Okay, so it sounds like you have to build a house. There's a nice park by there. There's a bunch of trees. And here's some GPS. So let's look these GPS up. And let's get the map linked on this one too. So pull this up, Bing or Google, do some Google Maps. Still got green lights. I think you guys are still there. TK is saying, "Can I call you today? I texted you." Yeah, TK. After this call, I'm on the phones. Feel free to call. Okay, so let's pull this up. Wow, look at the trees. There's the water district. There's a bunch of trees in the area. So it looks like they put little streets in all over the place and put a bunch of home lots in the area. And maybe on the other side too, there's Moeller State Park he was talking about. Pikes Peak. Oh wow, that's really close to Pikes Peak. I don't know this area very well. So where are we? Here's Colorado Springs, so it's not very far outside of Colorado Springs. You could go build a cabin up in the woods and trees. Go to Colorado Springs to get most of your supplies. Let's see how far it is to Colorado Springs. Downtown's 32 miles, 48 minutes. Yeah, so you go get all kinds of supplies there to build your cabin in the woods. Might be a nice lot to go look at. Not very far from Denver. That's neat. That could be a good one. Okay, he had a couple other ones. He's got the one in Modoc. We keep talking about that one. I'll pull that one up again. It's 120 acres. Yeah, 120 acres. He's asking just shy of 50 grand for 120 acres. There's a bunch of trees, a road that goes up to it. He's got this beautiful video shot of it. He's offering financing. He wants 15 down for financing. He'll do terms after that. And that just looked like a beautiful property. And then another one he's got, Castilla County, 5 acres. I think we looked at this one in the past too. Sandy Cristo Ranches area, $7,500 or $199 down, $199 a month, 48 months, and a $300 dock fee. GPS coordinates. Let's take a look at this. So if you're looking around Castilla County, these 5-acre properties, you know, hunting cabin, hunting lodge, place to go set up, go hunt the area. It's really close to you know, farming operations. So those are the properties I wanted to pull up and look at today. And I just showed you a bunch of stuff with my face on the screen. Like a total dork. I'm sorry, guys. So $7,500, Castilla County, Colorado. I was just showing you this one that Dave Van Stekeen has. 120 acres in Modoc County. It's another one that he's got. Let's see if I go back. No, it's not working. Here's 120 acres. It's you know, this big wooded hill. You drive right up to it. He's asking 49, almost $50,000. And then Teller County, Colorado. That's the one with the trees. Let me pull that one up. That one looks special because of all the trees. Sorry you missed the pictures. I'm telling you about the property and you're just looking at my face, looking at the screen. Sorry guys. Too many buttons to hit. So I mean, just like seriously treed lot, really close to Colorado Springs. I mean, these are pine trees and aspen trees. I believe you call them aspen. In Michigan, we call them poplar. And they're just really easy to make into firewood. You can use an axe and you take one of those trees down real quick. They're just kind of soft and easy to whack. People building houses in the area. Just nice views of the mountains. Oh, big ranch style homes people are building in the area. So that's neat. You could have a lot in the trees in the woods. This kind of these kinds of views. Maybe is that Pikes Peak? I mean, that might be Pikes Peak. I'm not sure if you see Pikes Peak from there. You might be able to. There's power line not very far away. Just a nice, good wooded lot. Looks like a beautiful setting to build a cabin or build a forever home. Build a place. Probably have all kinds of birds and rabbits and deer that come through there. Okay, so I'm probably missing all kinds of chat. And see if I missed some questions in here. TK Dawes earlier on was saying, Luke, I tried calling you about land I wanted. I haven't been on the phones this weekend. I got to try to catch up today. Brian Moore is saying, let's give a thumbs up to this video, everyone. Thanks, Brian. A2 is saying, I watch the homesteading channels too. They're all living the life. Ups and downs, but worth it. Yeah, there's lots of ups and downs. I'm not saying it's perfect lifestyle. There's pros and cons and stuff. I'm looking for the ones that are inspirational. So inspirational, it doesn't have to be the whole lifestyle. It might just be one little thing. Like I was at Home Depot this weekend, and I saw a door. It's just a silly door, right? I mean, it's this sliding door. I like sliding doors, like barn doors. I made sliding doors on the kids' treehouse, right? And I went to the steel yard, bought some steel and bolted it together, and I took some pulleys apart and I used some bolts through for axles. I didn't buy the dumb hardware kit from the store. I made the thing, right? And it was fun and it was cool. So they got this sliding door stuff going on. Now they're trying to sell the professional ones, probably priced more than the classic doors they're always trying to sell. And just the way they had the wood in a Z pattern, I don't know what you call them, the battens maybe for the door, and it looked like tongue and groove kind of wood put together, and it reminded me of a door that is in the cabin that my parents have on Lake Michigan, and it's a door that goes between the kitchen and the bathroom, and it's got this silly handle with a little latch that goes up and down over a hook, and it makes this funny noise, and it's not a classic door handle. It's just like a homemade door, as whoever built that house back in the day that my grandpa bought it off of made that door, and the door still works and it goes great. And so there was like a little nostalgia of that door from my childhood, and I'm like, oh, why do I have such boring doors at home? And so I went to the tongue and groove section, and they have some tongue and groove, and it was kind of expensive. It was like $8 or $9 a board, but I was thinking, could I just use the router table and make my own, or should I buy some of those and make a door that would work? So I watched some YouTube videos about making board and batten doors, and it looks pretty simple. It's all a tool. I have all the tools. I mean, the wood would probably cost me $100 or less than $100, wood, screws, and stuff. And so I think that's one of the next projects I like to do. I like change out some of the doors in my house, these boring doors, with some more intricate doors. And one of the doors I built this weekend was a gate to the backyard. And instead of having like a handle, I carved out a fish, like a fish-shaped thing out of wood. And I put a string through it so it looks like the fish got caught. And that's like the string that goes up through the gate. You pull the string to open the latch. I thought I could have the fish hanging on the string and you grab the fish to open the latch, but it was too heavy. It just pulls the latch open by itself. So I bolted that onto the door with a chunk of wood behind it. So that's the handle to open and close the door, like at kids' heights, because all the neighborhood kids are going through that gate. And I got to make the latch so it like closes behind them. And so I made that, but I wanted to change out some of the other doors in the house. So just something inspirational like that, seeing one of those little things that gets you up and going, go make something, create something. That's the idea of what I want in the comments section, not the live chat, the comments. A couple guys saying, I won't comment because I already won, but you have my favorites. You can still go thumbs up the other people, and that's a good point too. So this is people that haven't won before, that don't work for me, with me, or you're like my sister or something, Yeah, someone's saying I'm skipping too bad. So this was the old feed, and the feed I think finally caught up, and then Meredith Kester is saying I'm bedridden slash housebound at the time. I will check all the comments and like the person's comment I think is the best choice. God bless. Yeah, you can hit it like on a couple of them. I mean, just go see what they're pointing out. I mean, it doesn't have to be just one. You hit a couple of them too. You can vote on all of them if you want. Um, I have too much on my plate to worry about getting free land I may never get to see. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you could give it away too. When you said God bless, I mean, you could give it to your church, you could give it to your charity, you could give it to someone else that you think could use it. I'll probably even do the paperwork for you if you ask me to transfer it to somebody else. Yeah, Lonely Prepper Homestead saying Meredith, he'd sell it for you. TK Dawes says I want it. Yeah, Meredith, it's still worth winning because generally on these properties the annual taxes are very low, and Luke will sell it for you half. So if you can win, then go for it. Yeah. Luke, as soon as you get, he puts the APN number in there squared away, I'll buy it. There you go. Guys talking back and forth. Yeah, a good gift for my son's next birthday. I've given away property for birthdays and people kind of look at me weird. They don't know what to do or say or whatever. But I think that's the point. It gets them asking questions. What would I do with a piece of vacant land? What would you do? A lot of people look at it as the cup's half empty, right? What would you do with it? I don't know. Other people look at it and say the cup's half full. I would do this and this and this and this and this, and then the list goes on and on and on. Some people should own this kind of stuff and some just shouldn't. I understand that. That's fine. Okay. One guy's saying he wants to name the unnamed road. Yeah, there's usually paperwork you can do with the county to like put in a name request for a road. I mean, it's usually nobody complains. Okay. I mean, it depends on what county. A2 says, I'm a rebel. I'll just create my own easement. I think I'm on A2's camp. I've created easements to a bunch of different properties. Especially when it comes to splitting properties, so easements through my property to one that I sell off as a piece, and then map it out, show people where the easement is and stuff, get it all in the paperwork and history and county records and everything, and that kind of stuff. Please talk about zoning on this one. So Jeremiah was asking about zoning. I'm not sure which property he's asking about zoning. A2 saying I drove through Costello County a lot when I was a truck driver. It has Arizona feel to it, but a lot cooler. Not yet built up, but it will get there. Guys talking back and forth in the comments. I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, guys saying can't see the property, just your face. I know, I screwed that one up. Bunch of people saying the same thing. Okay, so then people talking about the giveaway. One person asking if I have anything in Pennsylvania. I don't have anything in Pennsylvania at the moment. Okay, so then I think I'm getting caught up on the comments, and thanks for the chat. Thanks guys for chiming in and asking questions and talking about land. And then so I wanted to give away a piece of property just for asking a basic question, and geez, man, I should come up with these questions ahead of time, like seed the video and then put something out there, because I can never come up with what to ask. I've given away 41 properties to date in previous videos. And so I think this will be the 42nd property. And so what I usually do on almost all of them, I ask a basic question about something in the beginning of the video and ask about that and see what people come up with, or see if someone can answer that question. The first person to answer that question gets a free piece of land. So as soon as I think of a question, I'll tell you the question, but it's got to be somebody that hasn't won before and it doesn't work with me or for me in some regard, and I'll give them a piece of land, and they can do whatever they want with the land. They can have me sell it, or they can give it away, or they can sell it, or they can use it, or they can homestead it. They could build a cabin there, they could build a house there, whatever you want to do with it. You could just shove it off and never do anything and not pay the taxes and let it go back to the county or state too if you really wanted to. That's kind of a pity, but if that's what you want to do, I'm sure some people do that. So I'm spacing out about the beginning of this feed. I'm going to ask what was the there was one of the first properties we talked about, maybe it was the second or third property, like after people were able to get into the call a bit, there was a property that was in this county in Northern California that we talked about. I think it was the only Northern California property we talked about today. So if you could name that county that we talked about, and this was like a 5 acre, just shy of 5 acre, 4.84 acres. If you're on ruralvacantland.com looking at the listings, I just went down the list and talked about the properties. You could probably look it up there, type it in if you're really fast. But if you were watching it, you probably remember this near 5 acre property in this county. The name of this county is the answer to win the free piece of property in Northern California. And I was saying I might have like maybe one other property for sale right now in that county. I've sold out all the ones I've had in the past, have sold, and in pretty short order too. And just had pretty good demand for them, and everyone was always asking for bigger properties. But this particular property is close to 5 acres, where the ones I sold in the past were 1 acre. I think they're asking pretty darn good prices, and they're offering terms, and we'll look at the comments because I see it going by, so I think somebody's already got it. I'm going to pop up the comments and put it on the screen, and I'm going to change the screen over so you guys can see it instead of just my face, and then we're going to go down the comments. So people are talking about winning land in the past, and when am I going to present the land to them that they won, and I'm working on that, guys. I'm going to try to get them all presented. I keep making videos. And then someone says Los Angeles County. That's not in Northern California, but it's a good guess, because we were talking about Los Angeles County. There's some good Los Angeles County ones. And then Virginia Price says Shasta, and then LA Shasta. Chris says Shasta, Costilla. So I think it's Virginia Price is the winner. I'm going to go with Virginia Price on Shasta County, and I'm going to write this down. So Virginia, congratulations. Thank you for following along. Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for remembering the name of that county we were talking about. Maybe you were interested in that particular property or something, or maybe there's some other something going on. And what I would ask that you do is that you email my assistant Gillian, and sorry if I'm distracted. I'm typing, making sure I spell it right. So I just put it into the comments. Gillian at ruralvacantland.com is her email address. So you can just cut and paste that and email her the name that you want this land in. So the name being, your name, or your trust, or your company, or your charity, or your kids, or whatever you want this land to go to, and that name. if you want me to resell it, the name's got to be something that you can sign off on. And so I'll ask you to sign a deed from you over to me, or one of my companies rather, and then I'll park that deed on file. I won't record it or anything, and I'll go put it up for sale. And if it sells, then I'll pull that deed out of the file. I'll get it recorded at the same time I go record whoever I'm selling the land to. So I'll record it going from your name to my company, from my company to that person, and I'll charge you 50% of the profits of it. So, above and beyond whatever I pay for the property, which is next to nothing, I will, sell it for something more if I can sell it, if it sells, and I'll try to sell it. They don't always sell, and then pay you the difference. So that deed and a little option contract that says you're okay with me selling it and give me the right to sell it and stuff, or go build on it, run with it, give it to somebody, do whatever you want with it. It's your land. You don't have to come back to me and have me sell it. That's the option if you want me to, but that's it. So it'll probably take, I'll stick the disclaimer in there, it'll probably take me a couple months, maybe 3-4 months to actually do the paperwork to get the property and get it into your name before you get a deed in hand. Some of the people I've given property away to, the paperwork somewhere in the process it didn't work, and so I've started over again on different properties and running down that gamut. So then it takes twice as long or 3 times as long if they get a couple of them that don't work. That's how I'm getting these properties cheap, is it doesn't always work the route that I get them, but I can try it on others, and if it really fails, I'll give you some property that I've already got. Or if the laws change or rules change or whatever. So that's the idea. So thank you, Virginia Price. Congratulations. Thanks for winning. Thanks everybody else that's listening, watching, paying attention to these. I'm gonna do another one of these on Monday, next Monday, and it's a holiday, maybe more people chime in, maybe less, I don't know, we'll see. So thank you everybody, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and congratulations on the free land to Virginia. Talk to you guys next week, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on ruralvacantland.com's YouTube channel, and hope to see you there. Thank you everyone. Later. Bye.